bop ba doo bop ba doo booty bop ba dee loop boop bop ba doo bop beep bop ba dee leap bop ba dee leap. Joseph Stanley just came in right before we started there. Joe Stan, it's good to see you. I see you on TikTok once in a while, but I don't see you too often elsewhere. So it's good to see you, dude. Dennis was here, but he's not here. He was first. And Officiant, what's up, man? Yellowstone, yellow, Dylan. Yellowstone. Lando, good morning, young man. And Pyle, what's up, Mark? Lady Bex, I'm early. Yeah. I do that, see? Sometimes I set it for a certain time, and then I was like, why wait? Why wait? Label, what's up? LaBelle is distracted. LaBelle. What's up, Label? Vanoski. Stephen P, my friend, excuse me. Sorry about that. That was writing them out. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, Joe, I understand. Sorry, my health has been horrible. Don't apologize, dude. I just miss you. That's all. And I'm sorry that you're going through. I know you've had some health issues for quite some time. And yeah, we miss you though. We miss you. So hopefully you're feeling better soon and you can get back joining us. And I'm talking for other people too, because I know for a fact that that they miss you. And Mr. Pyle is still here. So we went to a whiskey fest. You know what? I'll wait till some more people come in. There's only 9 of you hardcore people here right now. And let's see what else is going on. Today is our anniversary. So again, I apologized on the Discord server because I made like 6 little shorts for Michelle, for our anniversary. So there's a bunch of shorts today. I normally try to keep it to a maximum of 3 shorts a day at the most, and really these days I try to just do 2 shorts a day. My daily dose of Wally, and then just some random weirdness that I like pee pee poo poo. And but today there's like 5 or 6 of them. So Pyle Aquatics, Mark is almost at 400. If you haven't got Mark, you really should. You should, one of the mods should drop his link, because I can click buttons, but I just don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I just stopped my membership too. There's no money. I understand, dude. Believe me, I'm in the same boat. And what's even worse, Joe, Mr. Stanley, is the fact that so many of my friends have channels as well with memberships, and they are members on my channel, and I am not on theirs. So believe me, I understand 100%. DJ Guppyfish, I said whiskey. Yeah, I want to talk about the little whiskey fest that we went to on Saturday. It was fun. I want to wait till some more people come in. It really was sort of funny though, and I'll get to that. It showed just how old we were getting. I didn't drink. I had one drink. It cost me $22 for. It was probably smaller than this, which, by the way, this is horrible. This is disgusting. Sparkling fresh pumpkin spice apple cider from Nature's Nectar. Gross. On the Discord, I said it tastes like a LaCroix that's been poured over last year's jack-o'-lantern. It's not a good flavor. The mail might be here. My front door camera's battery is dead, so I can't look and see what's going on. Dogs are barking, so somebody must have pulled up front. Hold on, I gotta check. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had to go somebody in the front door. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Hello again. Yeah, that didn't sound good to me. And I like LaCroix. I'm not a big fan of LaCroix. It's okay. I don't like the sparkling stuff. Michelle and the kids drink it all the time. It's okay. And this is a sparkling fresh. It just was gross. It really was not a good flavor. I finished it. It was gross. It really was not a good drink. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and we'll talk about the Whiskey Fest. So the Whiskey Fest, it was called the Hoochie-Nanny. I talked about it last week. And sorry, the carpet is... I don't have carpet in this room. I have a little piece of carpet for the dogs to lay on by my feet. And it's all bunched up. What? Hoochie-Nanny. It was fun. It was fun. Wasn't a lot there. Like, it was smaller than I expected. Wasn't a lot of vendors. There was only like 2 places to get food, one little food truck. Both places were pretty decent, you know. Just really wasn't a lot to look at, a lot to do. It really was, the tasting room was the whole thing, you know, and that cost extra to go into. So you paid $50 to get in to see the bands, which is not a bad price. There's a whole bunch of bands, including the Struts. So that's not a bad price. But then you paid another $10 to get into the tasting room, and there was a lot of whiskeys and stuff in there. And I, you know, I wasn't feeling good, so I only had the one drink, and it was actually pretty good. It was, shit, I forgot what it was, but it had a lot of different stuff in it, but it was fall flavored. You know, it was like a pumpkin type. I think there was even some nutmeg in it or something, but it tasted good. It was easy. It went down easy, but it was like $22, and it was like less than 12 ounces. It was like a little, you know, I'm a cheap bastard. $22. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. I just, it was way too much money, so I only had the one. Plus, like I said, I wasn't feeling good. I knew I needed to just, you know, take it easy. I did a short because everybody there is wearing like coats and jackets and hoods, and everybody's bundled up, and everybody just looked cold, and they had all these big like propane burners or whatever they were. They were, gas heaters with big massive flames, and everybody's all around it, and now there's me over there. I have a sweater on, but I'm wearing shorts, you know. I'm fine. I wasn't cold until the rain started. So it was like 40 degrees, and then the rain started, and that was a little bit too much. We did have an umbrella, but there's no covered areas to sit to listen to music or anything like that. The bands were pretty fun. There was a band called Los Straitjackets that it's instrumentals, and it's sort of like a surf style, but they wear luchadora masks, and they were pretty funny. But good music too, though. It was good. And then we watched a band called the Cavalcade of Scoundrels. That was a bunch of different people, including the guitarist from Flogging Molly, and I can't remember the other guy. Also Andy Kim, who wrote Sugar, Sugar, pa 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 pa, ooh baby. No, I had the first part right. I messed it up there. He wrote that one. He said, you know, he wrote Rock Me Gently, Rock Me, whatever. Wrote some 60s and 70s hits. He was there, so they performed some of those with that band. And then, so we're listening to them finish up. They were the last band, and then the Struts were going to come out, and Michelle and I are like sitting back at a table, picnic bench, way back, you know, and it's raining. We got the umbrella out. It's raining. We're sitting there, and we look at each other, and we're like, you know what? I don't even feel like hanging out for the Struts. And I was the one who wanted to see the Struts. Well, actually, Ariel, my daughter, was the one who really wanted to see them. She's like a big fan. I like them. I like their music quite a bit, and I really wanted to see him. I especially love the lead singer. He's got a great voice. We couldn't do it though. So we were gonna. It's a nice walking town. It's Geneseo, New York. It's a college town. Colleges all over there. It's, you know, it's got a really nice walkable area with a bunch of bars and you know, pizza places and some upscale dining and stuff too. It's a nice combination. lot of really big, mansions, and then also just a lot of student housing and stuff. So it's a real fun combination. So it's a cool little town. So we said, okay, we're gonna, Ariel's gonna watch the struts. We're gonna go to one of the little places and have some pizza or something, which we had pizza early tonight, but we're gonna just get an appetizer and have a drink or something like that. So we got Skipper. What's up? Stopping to say hi, and I have a lawnmower to deliver. You're not working today. What was I saying? It's good to see you, Skipper. You know what? We're gonna stop the story real quick, and Skipper might have already left. He just was saying hi, but Skipper doesn't want me to say this. He's going to be mad at me for saying this. But Skipper could use a hand. He doesn't want me to tell you this. He doesn't want this to happen, and I'm doing it anyways. His laptop, his computer broke, and he can't afford to get one right now because they had just a bunch of stuff hit at one time. Plus, they've got they have their anniversary trip, and the trip's already paid for. So he doesn't want to ask people for money. It's just who he is. He's a very proud person. He doesn't want to ask for help, and he feels like he doesn't deserve it because he's got money, and this isn't something he really needs really bad. But he also can't afford to get it right at this point in time, and he could use some help. He can't even stream right now because he doesn't have a computer. So if you can help him out, send him a few bucks. Skipper does a lot for our community. He's been around a long time. He's a great guy. He does a ton for the Keystone Clash. He runs the auctions on Saturdays. He's a good guy, and he does a lot for our community. And if you can give him $5, if you can give him any little bit. Again, I'm sorry, Skip. I know you didn't want me to do this, but we did it anyways. He could use some help. I can't help him. I can't. I would love to be able to. I wish I lived closer. I could at least go look at the computer and see. I might be able to fix it or something, or at least get the parts to be able to fix it, instead of having to get a whole new one. But I can't afford to give him anything, and I know a lot of people are in the same boat. But if you can afford to help him out, throw him a few bucks. That's his direct PayPal. That money would go direct to him. There's no middleman. If you can help him out, do. If you can't, I understand, and it's no big deal. But if you can help him, there you go. Send him a few bucks. Every little bit will help, and we'll get him back streaming again. He's been involved in a lot of stuff to help other people. So, and he doesn't want help. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want me to do this. And I know I'm probably going to get a text in a little bit, you son of a bitch, but I did it anyways because I feel like it's the right thing to do, even if he gets upset with me. Good morning, Jenna. Good morning, Whip. What's up, guys and girls? I didn't say hi to Geek Boy. Hi, Geek Boy. J Rock, hello. So, anyways, we don't see the struts. We tell Ariel, we send her a message. Hey, we're just gonna go, walk down the street. The places are right there. It's like it's not a mile is the farthest place. I mean, it's not even a mile. It's a fifth of a mile maybe. All the pizza places, all the little bars, everything's right there. So we just walk down the street a little bit. Actually, we drive. Because our car was parked way at the end, because when we first got there wasn't any other parking, so we parked way at the end. We brought it up, and we're sitting in the car, and we're like, okay, we pull up the map, see what's around there, see what we want to do, and then we sit there, and then we sit there, and then we sit there, and we just ended up sitting in our car for the rest of the night. It was it was about an hour and a half roughly. We sat in the car watching TikTok videos and just talking, and we hanging out. It's raining, it's cold. Michelle got super cold. I didn't. I like cold weather. Cold weather is good for me. I really enjoy it. But that was our anniversary trip, was sitting in the car for an hour and a half while Ariel listened to the band. And we could hear the band. We couldn't hear them really good, but we could hear them. So, Surf City, hello. Sharkfin, hello. I remember when getting tanked was something you did had nothing to do with fish. Yeah, it still is. It still is. Okay, I think I got everybody coming in. So it's sort of sad in a way, you know, that we sat in the car for that whole time instead of going and listening to the band. I did not have it in me. I was exhausted, and I knew that uh I just knew there was no Surf City. He does not have a Venmo that I'm aware of, or Zelle that I'm aware of. That's the only information I have is his PayPal. That's it. I don't think he has either of the other ones. And I'm pretty sure you can send money to PayPal without having an account, right? To a PayPal address. I thought you could. I could be wrong. They've changed it over the years. I know years ago you didn't have to have an account. But yeah, he doesn't have a Venmo or a Zelle that I'm aware of. Carlos, what's up? Surf City, how can we do that? We could probably do something else and get somebody in the middle. Like somebody else has a Venmo and you can send the money to them and they can send it. I mean, there's a lot of trustworthy people here so if somebody is okay with doing that, you know, let Surf City know and we'll get him the information. Again, Skipper didn't want me to say anything. He really he felt like he didn't really deserve the help, and that it's not like something that he has to have. Like we have so many people in our community that, you know, have bigger problems, he felt. And I understand that. But at the same time, I also know that he has done a lot for other people, and he does a lot for our community. And if you can help him, Gina, what's up, Tomatillo? So I didn't get to see the Struts. I got to hear them, but I didn't get to see them. It was still fun. It was still fun to get out and you know, walk around. Basically, we people watched. The bands were fun to watch. We missed the first couple of them, but like I said, Los Straitjackets, they only spoke Spanish. When they were talking, they only spoke Spanish, you know, when they were introducing the songs and stuff. And they wore the luchador masks. The Cavalcade of Scoundrels, I guess it's the guy, I think he's the guy who put the event together, was like the lead singer guitar player for that. For that Cavalcade of Scoundrels. They were good. They played like a sort of like a rock version of Country Roads. They did a lot of covers. In fact, they did all covers. They didn't do any original music. Because again, it wasn't a real band. It was just a bunch of people that played together. What's up, Mikey B? And Surf City let us know too. Lumpy dog. Hi, Lumpy. What's going on, Lumpy? And Mikey B. So it was fun. Oh, gotcha. You have to have a money request. Okay, well, if somebody doesn't mind you sending them money in Venmo, you can do that. I have a Venmo, don't I? I never use anything else. All I use is PayPal. Yeah, I do indeed. Surf City, I'll send you an email. I've only used it once. With a friend here that's in the chat today. Tampa Tom and Nathan. Hello, Nathan. Surf City, I'll send you an email. I'm pretty sure I've got your email. Let me just verify that. Oh, maybe I don't. I do not. So send me an email if you would, Surf City, right there. Rico Stan, right at the top. Send me an email, and I'll work it out. We'll work it out. I'll make sure that he gets that. As long as you trust me. I mean, I'll make sure that Skipper knows, you know, where it came from, and that he can give you give you some kind of, you know, validation that he got it, an email or something. Lumped Dog is frustrated with why do I always say it? Lumped Dog frustrated with the postal service. Cost is wildly different. Seems to depend on which post office clerk you get. Yeah, that's frustrating. It shouldn't be anything, you know. It should always be the same thing. I don't ever go to the post office though. I thought about doing some giveaways with the co-op stuff that I keep getting, and I still owe Ricky De Hoyos 2 shirts from like a month ago. Over a month ago now. It's actually, no, today is a month. And I owe New Local Austin an anime shirt from 8 months ago. It's still sitting. There's a tub right here that this box is sitting on. It's still sitting in there. I hate a few things more than kids running around screaming like bloody murder for no other than scream. Scares the hell out of me thinking they're getting taken. It started, Bex. It started. Get off my lawn. But I get it. Our kids were never allowed to just run and scream, and I mean when they're playing, that's different. Like if they're playing somewhere, okay, yeah, they're allowed to get loud and stuff. But if they're like in a grocery store or in a public area, then yeah, you keep it down a little bit. Because people don't know. That sound can be very disconcerting. What? Oh, okay. What? Okay. So that's my sad story about the hoochie. I hope they move it up a week because, well, this was abnormally cold weather. We don't get a lot of, well, no, not really, because I remember the kids trick-or-treating in the snow. So 40 degrees, I mean, it's going to be 70 like tomorrow. So 40 degrees isn't out of the norm, really. But if they move it up a week, then it really would. It would be like 50 degrees most of the time, 60, 70. Just be a lot nicer. You know what I mean? If they moved it up a week, because so many, I think a lot of people didn't show up because people aren't ready for the cold yet, right? Upstate New York, we're used to colder, you know, dreary, rainy weather. We're used to that, but people just aren't ready for it yet. So I think they missed out on a lot of people because of the weather and stuff. There wasn't, even for the other bands, there wasn't a lot of people down by the stage area. Always been that way. Oh, gotcha. They were doing it last night too. I was out grilling, Kyle came running like, oh my God, what's happening? Do I need to call the cops? Yeah, that's that part's hard though, because living in an apartment complex where there are other kids and stuff around, that's their play area too. So that's a hard one. But yeah, I get it. I get it. 80 here today, and that's some bullshit, isn't it? It's sunny here. It's 48. Windows are not open. At least with this 40 degrees, it was a good wake up, because we had a bunch of the windows where the storm windows weren't closed or whatever. We have a window that was broken that I didn't even know about. One of the little panes in it, you know, the little pane within the window. They're all single pane windows, so they have to be replaced. So we just bought some plexiglass, and we'll just replace it with a cheap piece of plexiglass, fill it in for now, because all those windows need to be replaced anyways, the actual whole window. We want to get rid of all the single pane windows and get some decent double or triple panes to, you know, and that'll make a huge difference in how warm the house stays. That single pane, even though we have storm windows, it still makes a big difference. Relax in the hotel before we get ready for the Depeche Mode concert tonight. Right up that stage. Nice. Good for you. I hope you guys have a blast. Hope you guys have a lot of fun. I'd like to see Depeche Mode someday. I mean, how much time is left? They got to be getting up there. 80 here. Oh, we saw that one. It's almost 60 here today. Gonna turn poopy right soon though. Right soon. It's Tuesday, isn't it? There's a TikTok with it's just a bunch of some of the TikToks I really do not like is they just take somebody else's tweet and they put some music to it and they throw the it's just a picture of somebody's tweet. That's the TikTok. What the fuck is that? I just always boop. But this one was funny because it was English people, how they're spelling out how it sounds, some of the English accents, some of them how they sound to us, and the one was spelled out Tuesday in it. It's Tuesday in it. Just the way it made me laugh. There's a whole bunch of them on that too, so that one was fun. But most of the TikToks that are just they take somebody else's tweet and put some music to it and throw it up there. Woo. They're in the 60s. Yeah. Can't be too much longer for them. I saw 20 some years ago, Fiddler's Green, Poe opened for them. Poe. Poe sounds familiar. Was Poe a girl lead singer? I got to look that up because I know it sounds familiar. I know I'm going to know who it is. That's weird. The top of my... Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, Angry Johnny. Okay. Yep. Poe. Okay. Yep. And it wasn't just a lead singer. It's her name. Okay. Yep. I remember Poe. I knew I did. I knew it sounded familiar. Around that same time frame, Concrete Blonde, that song Joey by Concrete Blonde. If you ever heard them live, my God, she has got a voice. When she really lets loose with that Joey, I'm not angry anymore. And it is just, oh my God. She has such an amazing voice. I don't know what her name is, but the lead singer of Concrete Blonde just so impressed the hell out of me live. They were just amazing. Her voice, it's like it's toned down in the album or something, like the single. It's not, when she's live, oh my God, it just blows you away, the strength of her voice. It really is. Bex has got snow in the forecast next week. Nice. Better not change. I cannot wait. Winter, give me some freezing cold, give me some snow. I'm ready for it, but I'm not. It's not supposed to be a bad winter for us because of El Nino. Where we're at will probably be warmer temperatures, so it'll be warm enough. We'll get more moisture, we'll get more precipitation, but most of that'll be rain as opposed to snow. It'll be warm enough to keep it, an extra couple of weeks on either end of just rain instead. I do like the cold weather. I like the snow. It's just not a lot of fun when for driving when the roads are just super bad, right? Because we get a lot of snow here. We really do. I mean, there's other places like Wyoming who get way more, but there's not a lot of people that live there, right? I mean, there's just not a lot of people around, so you don't have as many other people on the road with you. So we don't get the kind of snow that places like there do, but we're up there. We're, like I said, Syracuse is just an hour east of us, and it's the snowiest big city. And big, they say 100,000 people. That's supposed to be anything above 100,000 people is a big city, and it's the snowiest big city in the United States. And places in Alaska don't even really get a lot of snow. Sometimes it's just too cold. Right? There's places in Alaska that don't get a ton of snow. It's just very super cold, but it's so cold that there's the air doesn't hold much moisture. Yeah, Jonette Napolano, Napatapatis, no, I can't say her last name. Napolano. I know it too. I've heard it. Napolitano. 77 where Steven's at. Now, do the leaves change a lot down there, Steven, in the trees and stuff? Do you guys get really, do you get a lot of trees that get, you know, some of the trees look like they're just, it's like flame. It's just bright orange and they're almost luminescent. They're so bright. You know, just driving up to Geneseo is like an hour and a half from us west. And that's where that Whiskey Fest was at. But getting to see all the, I was surprised because I thought usually by now the leaves are done. It's usually the second week of October and they're totally done. You know, right around the 14th or so, they're just done. And there was still a lot of areas where there was a lot of green left on the trees. I was surprised. I really was. Coffee flavored coffee. They totally turn brown. Some do change, just not near me. Gotcha. And I know, you know, like Podrick said, Alabama, they do get a fall. Do they get that? Aspens get gorgeous luminescent yellow. Yeah, yeah. Aspens are beautiful, beautiful trees. Beautiful trees. I know Colorado does. I mean, we're lucky that way too. There's all different kinds of trees here. Aspens are cool because they're all connected, right? Like a grove. I don't know what they call it of the aspens. They're not separate trees. They're all really part of the same tree, right? Isn't that aspens? I think that's aspens. Like all the trees are all just offshoots of the same thing. They're all connected root-wise in an area. That's cool to me. That's cool. Like I think it's the largest living thing on earth is a aspen grove or whatever it's called, forest or whatever, in Colorado. I think that's the largest living thing on earth. Right? Somebody do a search. I need to know if Tennessee gets much fall color. I think it does, Whip. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Whip Ed has talked about it. He said not as much as Missouri used to get, but he would definitely get quite a bit. I've at least read about this alleged fall. Fall is my favorite time of the year. I put a few shorts out that said that. Just absolutely love this time of year. Like right now, it's actually supposed to hit 50 today, 50 for the high. There's a very light breeze, you know, just enough to make the leaves shimmy. Some of the trees have jazz hands, the ones that that haven't dropped their leaves yet. The sumac are beautiful. The sumac trees are just amazing. They get, you know, fire orange. But it's nice to do stuff outside. You know, nice to take a walk, you just do anything outside. There's hardly any bugs. There's hardly any bugs at all. It's, you don't work up a sweat really because it's so nice and cool. It's just a beautiful time to be outside doing hiking and things like that. I wish I felt better. And, you know, I do feel a lot better today. So maybe when Michelle gets home, if she's up to it, we might go do a walk because we haven't done one since right before the Keystone Clash. We were trying to do one every other day and we haven't done one in a month. So, man, I am starting to sweat actually. It's 69 in my room, giggity. It's only 69 in here, but I'm wearing a hoodie. Shit, I can't get to the window. Oh well, let's open a little, that'll help. Maybe. Come here. Mikey and Maritza are going to do a 80s sitcom Halloween bash next year. Location to be decided. Dress costume appropriate. Nice. So, like, location to be decided. You're going to do at your house or something? Do a big party or what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you saying? What do you mean? I don't know what fall or spring feels like. Florida seasons are summer and hell, and we have no between. Yeah. Summer and dead, Bex used to call it. I know a lot of places call it winter and construction. The Bears did indeed win with their backup quarterback. And their, I guess he's sort of third string running back. Sort of. I don't know. They really don't. They're doing running back by committee, so I don't know that he's a third string. But yeah, they actually look pretty good. I didn't watch the game. I'm not watching any Bears games. I said I'm just not going to watch this year. I just don't want the aggravation. I knew it's going to be another bad year. And again, I have been a fan for longer than most people here have been alive. And I've been a diehard fan all this time, supported them all throughout, and I'm getting tired of it. They just aren't. They've been not putting together decent teams for so long. You just get tired of it. How long you're supposed to wait? Again, my dad was a Cubs fan. My dad passed away 4 years ago now, whatever it was, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And he was a Cubs fan his entire life. And he did get to see the Cubs in the World Series in 45. In 45, he got to see them. They lost, but they were there in 45. Then that was the last time. They didn't go to the World Series again until just whatever it was now, 10 years ago, whatever it's been. He was a Cubs fan his entire life. And I was too, and then I gave up on them 2 years before they went to the World Series. That's how good my timing is. All my life I was a Cubs fan. Used to go to the spring training games because they were out there in Mesa, Arizona. We lived in Mesa quite a bit. And we go see the spring training games every year, go hang out, get autographs, do all that kind of stuff. Just, supported the team massively, and I had enough. You just get so tired of it. You just get so tired of it. Mike, are you watching the Bears games? Cleveland or Lions fans? Yep, they'll tell you how to do it. I don't know how even if they told me. The Eagles beat them up. Lewins. I knew what you meant, though. I knew what you meant, Whip. I knew what you meant. Lions. I'm rooting for the Lions this year. I am. Even though they're in the same division as the Bears, I'm still rooting for them. It's been so long since they've had anything to cheer for. I would love to see the Lions go all the way. The Bears are definitely not. I'd be surprised if the Bears win 2 more games the rest of the year. The good thing is, next year, I'm sorry for people that hate the sports ball. Next year, they've already got the second round pick from this year where they traded. So they've already a first round pick. They've already got an extra one, and it's the second pick of the draft, right? I believe it's the second pick. I could be wrong. So if they do play as bad as they did last year and they only win 1 or 2 games again this year, they'll have the number 1 and the number 2 pick. So they could easily load up on draft picks next year. Yeah, Denver fans always enjoy when the Raiders get whipped. Yeah, big time. A lot of teams do. I mean, a lot of places do, I think, but it's more so Denver, Kansas City. And I do have friends that are Raiders fans, but Raiders are one of the teams I hate the most. And not so much these days, but from back like in the 70s. Really, they were the dirtiest team. At one time, they were penalized. One year, they were like penalized more than hockey teams. I mean, they were just such a dirty, dirty team. And that's coming from me as a Bears fan, because when Papa Bear was alive, they played pretty dirty. Not to hurt people. Like, that's what I didn't like about the Raiders. Like, I've seen so many Raiders after the play. Again, this is years and years ago. Not so much these days, but like in the 70s. After the play was over with, going and hitting somebody and doing something just garbage. But what Papa Bear used to do would be like, he would put the band right behind the other team's sideline, and so the band would be playing right behind them, so they couldn't hear anything. He would turn off the hot water to the showers on the opposing teams and say, "Oh, there's something wrong with the water." I mean, he did stuff like that. The team didn't play dirty, that way, but there was a lot of mental games that went on there. Don't like the Ravens either, Bex? Is it because of how they moved Is it because how they left sort of in the middle of the night from Cleveland? And Maritza's a Raiders fan, so that explains a lot for me. My sister's a Raiders fan just to tweak my melon. Joke's on her, though. She's stuck with him now. I I know a lot of people in our community don't care for any of it, but I'm still a football fan to this. I'm still a Bears fan. I always will be. I got to see them play at Wrigley Field, and they stopped playing at Wrigley Field in like 1972. 74, 72. I think it was 1972. Somebody will have to do a search on that. I believe it was 1972 when they stopped playing at Wrigley. And Wrigley Field at one time, it might still be, but it was the stadium in North America that had the most NFL games played at it. I always thought that was pretty cool that a baseball stadium was the stadium that had the most football games played at it. That's because the Chicago Cardinals played there for so many years, right? And the Bears played there as well. So between the two teams, there was a lot of it. Tell us a fossil without telling us your fossil. Best part of cheerleaders, or best part of football, is the cheerleaders. And the Bears haven't had cheerleaders since the Honey Bears have been gone since it might be 1980, but it was probably late 70s. No, I gotta find that one out. Sugar, sugar, bop, 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 bop. Candy girl. That guy too, Andy Kim, the guy who, sang Sugar, Sugar. Well, wrote Sugar, Sugar, right? I think he co-wrote that one. He wrote Rock Me Gently and another one that they played. But so when he first started singing, now the guy's got to be 70 years old. And when he first started singing, he sounded like he was 70 years old, right? But then once he got just a little bit into the song, god damn, he was just belting it out and sounded amazing. He sounded great. I was like, yeah, you go, boy. Early 80s. What year? Oh, geez, it was 1986. So yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I know a lot of people here weren't even born in 1986, but the Chicago Bears played their final game at Wrigley Field in 1970. Really? I thought it was 72. 2 years off. Yeah. 1986, the Honey Bears stopped. And it really wasn't that long, too. It was after 1976, so they only had cheerleaders. The Bears only had cheerleaders for 10 years. And the reason why, and sorry, gotta click a button. Papa Bear's daughter, Virginia McCaskey, said it was sexist and it just felt wrong, and she felt that they were being objectified, and I'm there's something to be said there, obviously. And now, don't get me wrong, I love looking at cheerleaders. I do. But I also agree with that. It's tough. Foosball is the devil, Skipper said. Hello. Hi, Skipper. We were talking all about you, Skipper. Talking all about you, brother. And welcome back. Let's see. What time is it? It's 1:07. 45 minutes almost. I don't know what time we're gonna go. My throat's starting to get messed up again. I need some more like that hot chocolate, the habanero chocolate from Larry D. That stuff really helped. That's amazing that helped. Like right after I ate it, my voice, because now it's starting to get cracky. Hear it? Hey, you guys. It's getting a little cracky, but after I ate that stuff, it cleared right up. Steelers and Bears both have no cheerleaders, yeah. And I like the Steelers too. I've always liked the Steelers. I've always liked the Steelers too. Like I always I remember the 2 years in a row when it was Cowboys and Steelers, It was in the 70s, Cowboys and Steelers, and I always picked the Steelers. Always liked the Steelers. Is it possible to make a family-friendly song called Moist? Yes. Yes. Moist is just a word, you know? So yes, it very definitely is. And I think whatever when it's being sung though, I think there really needs to be a lot of emphasis on the like drawn out moist. What did I do? I'm an angel. You did nothing, sir. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. We are just talking about what you know, your streaming issues of late. Um, and I hope next year at the Clash that we do a lot of the same style of music that we did this year, right? Um, and when you look at the when you look at the makeup of the Clash, I think it's appropriate because there are a lot of people in their 50s and 60s and all that kind of stuff there that know those. And that's not to say there aren't younger people, and we need to have some of those some other songs interspersed. But I hope that it is a lot of that. Uh, you know, that's that 60s and 70s and 80s music. I watched the Ravens play some high school team. Streaming issues, shouldn't I mean proctologist? Yes. Shit happens, he said too. So there really is a lot going on there. He's having streaming issues, but shit happens. So yeah, there is all kinds of pains twisted up in there. Stuff's coming out all the wrong holes. Kyle understands the pain and frustration every season, always a disappointment. Yeah, you know, and if we've got something to cheer for, then I'm okay with that. You know, again, I go back to the Lions when they had Barry Sanders. At least they had, you know, probably the greatest running back to ever play the game in Barry Sanders. He was so much fun, and that being, my dog is named after Walter Payton. I think Walter Payton is the greatest football player to ever play the game. I think there isn't another better football player when you look at everything that he was able to do. But when it comes to specific things, Emmitt Smith is up there, but let's be honest. Emmitt ran behind probably the best offensive line that we ever saw in football for most of his career, right? Emmitt played on a team that had a ton of weapons. Barry didn't. Barry never. Walter didn't for most of his career too. Walter had nothing. He was the only offense for most of the career. And I say he's the greatest football player because the man kicked field goals. He threw touchdown passes. He blocked. He caught passes. He did every single aspect of the game better than anybody else. You know what I mean? He was just, that's not to say he was the best kicker. He wasn't the best quarterback. He could play every aspect of the game, and he just was an amazing player. Walter Payton was always my hero. His work ethic was just amazing. Again, I've said this so many times. The man played running back in the NFL for 13 years, and he missed starting one single game in 13 years. And it wasn't his choice. The coach told him, no, you're not playing this time because he was sick. And he was so upset about that, it ruined his streak. 13 years as a running back. You know how, most running backs last 3-4 years and they're done, and even in that time, they missed some games. The day that he broke the single game rushing record, which was 275 yards in a single game. He had the flu and he had 104-degree temperature and he broke the rushing record for that game. 270 some yards in one game with 104-degree temperature. So, his work ethic was something else, but also his sportsmanship, right? They called him Sweetness for a reason. He would blow you up. He would just knock your ass out. And then he'd pick you up and say, hey, good hit, and he'd make sure you're okay and stuff. And it just, I'm sure he had his flaws. He's a human being. There's a book out there that talks about a lot of his flaws and stuff. And I'm sure he had flaws, right? He's just a human. I'm sure he did some things wrong, but I don't think there's anybody that's perfect. Anyways, PB, Ricky came in. What's up, Ricky? And LJ, Latoya. Hi, Latoya. And Big Steve, too. What's happening, peeps? Latoya, I saw that you had, are you starting to do a morning stream, or maybe you've already been doing it and I just missed out on it? I was looking at fishfam.link and I saw tomorrow morning, I think at like 7 to 8. Excuse me. That's cool. I like to see some morning shows. Unfortunately, Jess is not able to get back with us right now, so we don't have the aquatic morning show, and I think it's really missed greatly. I feel bad I haven't reached out to Jess at all. I have no idea what she's going through right now. Somebody said she's dealing with some things. She's my friend, and I never even reached out to her. I never did, and that's shitty on my part, and I need to do that. But if Jess is out there watching, we miss you greatly. The aquatic morning show is greatly missed, and it set the tone for the day, you know. Miami's another one. Haven't done squat since the 80s, but they're stuck in the same division as the Patriots. Best team as far as wins, coaching quarterback for 20 years. Yeah. Unfortunately. I can always go back to that, though. You know, the Bears just beating the crap out of the Patriots. Even though it was 86, it still got it. Still got it, you know, way back then. Oh, my God, LJ, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I knew that. But you're right. It's because you guys hang out and do so much together, LJ. I am so sorry, Laura. I know who you are. I can see your face. I'm so sorry. It's because you guys, like you said, we do so much stuff together. I'm so sorry. Hi. You won a bunch of stuff at the Clash. That sucks. I'm sorry. So Big Steve's changed his name. Aquatics and Exotics. I like it. So you've changed it from Big Shrimpin'. It's more you, because I know you into the shrimp, but I like it. And there's Melvin. What's up, Melvin? Storm Riders. Always makes you think of the Doors. Riders on the storm. Was that good? Did you like that? Should I never do that again? This tab over here is bugging the hell out of me. This page, the top of it is, I can't grab the top of it because it's between the two. I'm just gonna have to shut that. Hold on, sorry. There we go. All right, that was bugging the hell out of me. We share our tables and everything and live near each other. It's no biggie. Go get everything together. Okay, well, again, I apologize because you are a separate person. And I'm sorry, Laura. And again, I can see your face. I know who you are. I just did not. For some reason, I got you confused with her. Let's see. Alishan, age will cause that confusion thing. I know. I know you know. And seeing Alishan, I've got to reach out to Dr. Ted now that I'm feeling back to myself mostly. I talked to Jess a bit ago, and I think something happened above and beyond the schedule thing, which is unfortunate. Well, I just hope that Jess is okay. And if you're like me and you did not reach out to her, maybe you should. I'm going to today. I'm going to reach out to her and just check in and let her know we miss her and stuff. I should have done that a month ago. That's really shitty on my part to treat a friend like that. So if you're like me, you should reach out to her and let her know that you care about her. Okay. What else? We've gone an hour. Nope, 55 minutes. I'm running out of stuff to say. I'm at the bottom of the chat. I don't feel like doing a snarf or barf thing today. Lumpy Dog. Let's get political. Federalist, Whig, or Greenback Party? I definitely wouldn't be a Whig. I don't feel like I'd be a Federalist, and I don't know what the greenback stood for, so I'd have to look at that. I know I'm not a Whig. I know that, and I don't believe I'm a Federalist, but I would have to go back and look at what they stood for. Yes, I did finish the shoe fly. Yes, everybody got to taste it. Ariel did not care for it. Aiden really liked it. Michelle only liked the top part. She didn't like the bottom part of it, which I thought was even better. I liked it even better. I saw what you did, you little shit. I'm a big shit, Skipper. I'm a big shit. I'm getting bigger every day. Oh, that shook the whole camera. All I did was send messages, Skipper, and I gonna continue to send messages. And I told people that you were going to be mad at me for even talking about it, but I was going to do it anyways, and I would deal with your anger because I want people to help if they can, and I think you deserve some help. And I can't do anything myself but spread the word, so that's what I do. Most of the time, it's like that these days. I can't do much myself these days, especially when it comes to money. We're struggling. We are. We're making do. The good thing is, unlike a lot of other people, I don't ever have to worry about like losing my house. My house is paid for as long as I pay my property taxes. Every year. That's my mortgage, is my property taxes and my homeowners. That's it. So as long as those get paid, I can't lose my house. So I'm in a much better situation than most people. But I can't do what I can't help out with things, right? There's no extra money right now, and there will be. We just have gone through some stuff, and actually 2 more days we get some news, and it's going to be either good or really bad. And I don't want to go into any more details right now, but on the 25th we find out some stuff, and that'll sort of dictate the future. That's how we are. That's how we're chipping in, Steve. And again, that's direct to Skipper. If you can help him out, he can't even stream right now. His computer's died. Skipper did not want me to tell people about it. He didn't feel like I shouldn't say deserved it, but they do okay. He's got a trip coming that they already paid for. It just that it's going to take him a little bit of time to save up to get the new computer. So he didn't want me to say anything to people about it. He needed help. So I did mention it earlier, and I sent out some emails and stuff, and we're saying it now. So if you can help, send him a couple bucks. If you can't, again, I can't, so totally understand. But if you can help him out, he does a lot of stuff for the community. He does a lot of stuff for people. And he's a good guy. And if you can help him out a little bit, that would be amazing. Oh, okay. And also, I want to give an apology. Again, I told this earlier in the stream, and I also mentioned it on the Discord, which if you're not a member of the Discord, you really should be. But I apologize in advance because I'm going to be flooding. I have like 5 or 6 super chats coming. 5 or 6. Why did I say super chat? Nobody even said anything about super chat. 5 or 6 shorts, 5 or 6 shorts coming out just today because it's our anniversary today. So they're all stuff for Michelle where I just added little. I used like CapCut and did some theme stuff and all that kind of stuff. So I try not to do that many shorts in one day. But today there's like 5 or 6 of them coming out, so you can just ignore them. You know, they're really just for Michelle. But also just so I can tell everybody, you know, shout it from the rooftops about how much I do care for my wife. The Cory eggs are not fertile first spawn though, so okay, gotcha. Yeah, it always sucks though, right? Okay, well, I got nothing else to talk about. We got anything else we need to talk about? Anything else going on? Like I said, I don't feel like doing a snarf or barf today. Tuesday night, I won't be streaming. There won't be a focus on. Instead, Peplin and Foxanne will be doing their members only stream on Tuesday night. But next Tuesday, not tomorrow, but next Tuesday, the open panel costume party. I really hope a lot of people come and join me. Everybody's welcome to join. Anybody can come up. All you need to do is be wearing a costume. As long as I see you backstage wearing a costume, you're more than welcome to join us on the open panel, which starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll go until we go. If we go for 8 hours, we're just going to go until there's no more people that want to come up and hang out and do stuff. So everybody's welcome. If you've never been on a live stream before, that might be a good time, you know, sort of dip your toes in a little bit and see if you like doing it. Come join us. It'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting to see what the different costumes people have. Let's talk about sex, baby. You can wear your elephant costume. People are going to do a lot of squinting, though, I think. You know, I think people will be doing a lot of squinting if you wear your elephant costume. It's like a penis, only smaller. Orange Venezuelan deposit eggs on the glass, immediately eaten by a Siamese asshole. Sounds like the worst kind of twins. Siamese asshole. Does a birthday suit count as a costume? For you, it does. And Mark, what's up, Mark? I didn't even know you were here. Hi. How you doing, Mark? How you doing? I saw the thing about your lunch. Member for 21 months. Thank you, sir. We are very, very close to 2 years. Very close. Like, I believe a month away, I think, right? I think we're a month away from 2 years. End of November. I think it was the last week in November when we got memberships. So you can go as a fish keeper, as long as it's very easy to look at you and tell. Hi again, Melvin. I did say hi to you when you first came in, Melvin, just in case you missed it. What's up, Debs? Yeah, almost 2 years, which is amazing to me. Well, that was laggy. That just came in just now. Mark, are you doing okay? The Halloween stream is the same time as trick or treat. Yeah, I get it. So I'll be walking around with the kids or handing out candy. I get that. Yeah, I figured a lot of people that have kids, or yeah, there's Halloween parties going on that night and all that kind of stuff. So I understand if people are doing that. Yeah. I can see why you locked that down. And Kelly Foreman, thank you so much. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Yes. Michelle and I have been together for 33 years, I think. She definitely is my best friend. She really is, by far. There's nobody I would rather hang out with more. And that, I think, is super important, right? I think if you want your relationship to last, you really got to be able to be friends with that person, right? Start the chemo and radiation on Thursday. How is your mood? You know, Mark, are you doing okay? You feeling mentally, are you okay? That's scary stuff. It's scary stuff. So, you know, thinking about you and hoping the best, hoping everything works out good. You know, I know that if you're like me at all, what's the word I'm looking for? your first thought is to go run and hide sort of a little bit and stay away from people and not want to be around people. You don't want to bring people down and things. But please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please continue to come around. Let us know how you're doing. You know, check in. Keep us updated. Let us know. You know, just keep us in the loop and don't go hide. Don't go hide. I know it's easy to do, and I know that's what I do. When I'm not feeling good, I pretty much just shut down. But please, you know, just try and keep us in the loop as much as you can, so we know what's going on, because we care, man. We care. I bought one mask and damn near suffocated, and mask number 2 is on the way. I've had fantastic support from my friends in the fish fam as well as my family. And you know what, Mark? I haven't been around much, and I did not even know. I knew that you were going through something, but I didn't even know what it was at all. So, best of luck. Best of luck. It's scary stuff. It is scary stuff. Any of that, and you know, it doesn't matter where it's at. It's scary. So, what was I gonna say then? Costumes. Oh, Bex is gonna look for a costume. Yeah, figure out a costume. I think I got mine. I've already used it, but I'm gonna use it again, I think. And here's the thing too, if you know how, and if you can, you could use filters. Like if you can't afford to get a costume, look into how to use filters. You just use a filter that's a costume and keep it on the entire time. That's okay. You're still in costume. That's good enough. I don't expect people to go out and buy a costume that they're not going to ever use for anything else, just to come hang out on a stream. So look into how you can use different different filters, you know, and that would be plenty good enough. Plenty good enough. I jumped from talking about Michelle. I jumped out of that, but let's see. Let's tell a funny story about Michelle. I've told that one, I think, before. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. A lot of our stories now, as we've gotten older, aren't so much fun anymore. They're just gross from both of us. You know, just, you know, health issues that happen. Most when you're younger, your stories are more fun, and then you get older, and then the stories just start getting grosser and grosser. I'm not going to tell you those kind of stories. I did tell the story before about oh, you know, oh no, I can't do that now. I was going to show some of those filters. So before we were married, and a couple weeks before we found out that Michelle was pregnant with my oldest son, who is 30. He'll be 31 in January. So I used to live with this band in Arizona, and we would have just massive parties, just huge parties. We lived in Scottsdale. Didn't have a big house, but you know, we had a pool, and you know, there was enough room to have some good parties, right? So we had a huge party, and Michelle at the time, she really liked to drink Everclear, and I know some places you can't get it, but you know, it's like 90 or 190 proof, right? It's like 90% alcohol or 88% alcohol or something like that. It's mostly just pure alcohol, right? But it mixes really well with things like lemonade. Like you mix it with lemonade, you can't taste it. You just can't taste it at all. So that was her drink of choice. And we had this big party, massive party, and my bedroom was at the end of the hall. So the hall went like, here's the living room, and it goes down like an L shape, and my bedroom was right at the corner of the L. And then there was another bedroom back here with a bathroom in that bedroom. It was the main room, and there was a bathroom in that room. There was also the other bathroom that everybody was using. Well, so there's like, I don't know, 200, 300 people around in our house, just a ton of people. And Michelle had some drinks, And here she is. The house is just filled with people walking up and down the hallway, and she's got her head against the wall, and she's crawling on the floor with just her shirt and her panties on, and nothing else, to go into the bathroom to throw up. So that happened again. That happened probably close to 32 years ago, and I still bring it up to this day. I still talk about it to this day. 32 years was the last time she got that was the last time she really got drunk. I mean, she drinks now and then, but that was the last time she got just drunk. and I still bring it up to this day. To this day. So many people around. That wasn't when we're not going to hear a story about somebody being conceived, but it was very it was close to that time, right? She found out that she was pregnant just like 2 weeks later. Yeah, 2 weeks later. I think Rico means he sharted. Hey, stuff happens. Sometimes worse than that, even once you get old. You share stories with each other. You know, that's the thing too, is Michelle and I can say anything to each other about that kind of stuff. And there's no judgment, you know, there's no judgment. You know, stuff just happens when you get old. That's all there is to it. It does. So it's not fun. All right. I think with that, I think now's a good time to end. Anything anybody want to talk about coming up today? We've got Wet Your Plants coming up today. You've got Scotty. You've got the Metalheads. You've got Drew. You've got the Garden of Eder. Who am I forgetting in there? I'm forgetting somebody. Fantastic Freaks, Austin. I'm not sure if he's streaming. She got blasted. She got so just trashed. Yeah. And again, she hasn't really gotten that drunk since then. 32 years ago. 32 years ago. I'm lucky. I'm a lucky guy. I really am. She's the most giving person you would ever hope to meet. You know, to her own detriment so often. Like so many times she does things for other people that actually hurt her. And I, you know, when I was younger, I didn't realize so much that, but as I've gotten older, I've seen it more. And so I make sure that she doesn't do that as much. That if it's something that's going to hurt her, that we find another way to do it instead, or we don't do that thing for that person or whatever it is, you know, because she doesn't give a thought about it. She knows that somebody has a need, and she's going to help them and fix that. And it could do things to hurt her. And she just doesn't even give it a second thought. Anyways, love my wife to death. She is my best friend. And here's hoping that we have another, you know, a few years left in both of us. So thanks everybody for joining us and joining us. It's just me for joining me. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for being my friend. Appreciate it. We will see you guys in the streams tonight.